you all. First and foremost, I want to thank everyone here today for what you do. You have helped change the landscape across Minnesota in those tough districts. So we now have Democrats who are out there proudly helping represent our families, and we are going to win this district with your help. I am proud to be your endorsed candidate for the 6th district. And with your help, I'm going to defeat Michele Bachmann. In fact, we need to win because, let's face it, Washington still isn't working for Minnesota families, and neither is Congresswoman Bachmann. Making outrageous statements to stir up controversy and create headlines might boost Fox News ratings, but the last time I checked, it didn't help one person get a job, help one family or small business pay for health care, or help one individual stay in their home or their farm. Of course, if you listen to her, and I'm sure you all listen to her, right? You'd think she's spending her time in Congress standing up for regular people and defending them against the special interests in Washington. Yet in Congress, she sides time after time, as Brian said, with the insurance industry first to stop health care reform. She sides with Wall Street to deny needed relief to homeowners. She sides with the oil industry to protect the status quo. Now, this may help her raise money for her campaign, but I believe, as our friend Paul Wellstone did, and as Jim Mefford just said, that politics isn't about money or power games, or I'd add who yells the loudest, or who can get on the most TV shows, or who can incense the most people. It's about improving people's lives. And that's why I am proud here today to stand as a state senator with a record of results. And you should know, unlike Michele Bachmann, when I'm elected to do a job, I do it. When Minnesotans have needed a voice, whether it was victims of domestic violence or seniors on fixed incomes or small children, I've been their voice in the Capitol. I'm already on the front lines with many of you as we fight to create jobs, to protect health care for those who need it most, to stop the slash and burn politics of the right, and to protect our environment. We want to work together to actually get things done for people, not just talk about it. And that's what I'm doing every day. That's the kind of representation the 6th District deserves. And if I'm elected, I'll wake up every day thinking about how to make things better for the people of the 6th, and to be a constructive partner with Jim Oberstar and Colin Peterson and Betty McCollum and Keith Ellison and Tim Walz. And with your help, let's get Jim Mefford and Dan Powers there too. Now is the time we come together behind our common cause, winning up and down the ticket in November, taking back the governor's office and defeating Michele Bachmann, and making sure we're standing up for families. There is no time to waste. As soon as we walk out of this convention hall, we go back to making calls. We go back to knocking on doors, because yes, we've already been out knocking on doors. We're not here to waste time. We're here to work and to win. We'll win by building the biggest grassroots operation the 6th District has ever seen, and the most powerful campaign Michele Bachmann has ever faced. In fact, we were proud to announce just last week our campaign actually has more grassroots supporters than Michele Bachmann. We had over 1,000 more individuals that gave money to our campaign last quarter, 1,000 more in the last quarter, mostly small donors, and we know what that means. And we know that the thousands of volunteers that have already signed up to help us out is what's going to take to win. That's overall what it's going to take to win in 2010. And it's the secret weapon that Michele Bachmann really is afraid of. It's the people. She isn't afraid of our money. They're not afraid of our lawn signs or our lit or our ads. What they're afraid of is everyone in this room who's going to make phone calls, who's going to go door knocking, who's going to convince their Republican neighbors and family members, as well as those independents, to be with us. She may have brought in Sarah Palin, but I have all of you and thousands like you fired up and ready to win in 2010. So I need to know what you're willing to do. Are you ready to fight with me? Will you stand up for our DFL values with me? Will you stand up to the Republican attacks with me? Will you stand up and shine the light of truth on Michele Bachmann's false witness? Will you fight for the families and our kids and our veterans and our seniors? Will you fight against Wall Street and to create good jobs? Will you stand with me and fight for our whole DFL endorsed ticket? So let's stand up, let's get fired up, and let's go out and win. Thank you.